Kia ora whānau, Mama D here. We just finished our third ako session with Inez White, excuse me, and the amazing kōrero that went on with her tonight was just about everything that we've already been learning with mindset and now going into the e-commerce system. She's a living, breathing entity of this. And the things that she's put her fingers to. So she set herself up with not just one stream of income, but multiple streams of income, helping her to sustain her why. So her why is getting Māori whānau to have their own home. And the reason being is that she wants her mokopuna not to be just tenants on a home, but to have their own home on their own whenua. And Inez is a te arawa wahine. Her papa is from Ohine Motu and her mama, I think this is correct. Let me just have a look. Ko aroha mai. Her papa is from Mauria and her mama is from Ohine Motu. And one was her mama was a journalist and her dad's a geologist. And so she has a love for learning. And in 2006, her and her tāne went overseas and didn't come back. They eloped and she began her journey into the e-commerce stream. So, but first off, she was a valuer. So she went through all the processes to become a fully licensed valuer. And started her pathway in property, which when she came back to New Zealand, she noticed that it was hurting her heart because her whānau were not on the land. There were other people on the whenua, and so this was her why. She wanted her mokopuna to be on that land. And so she's created many streams in which to do. So she talked to us about a few of those, and I'm just going to finish because this is a really short video for me tonight. There was just so much that she went through. So I'm just going to go talk about a few of the streams. So she's a valuator, she has online businesses, she has a Shopify store, she has Airbnb, she has property interests. There's another thing that she was into, I think it's called koha aroha. Don't take my word for that, but I think that's what I heard. And all of these are different streams for her. But the one thing that I did take away from Inez's kōrero tonight was that if your hinengaro, your wairua is not tau, if it's not tau, balanced or aligned, not chasing money, it's just a waste of your time because you're not going to be healthy enough to enjoy it or to be able to channel it the best way for your why to continue. So, so this is what she says: chasing money created fatigue for her. So she just told us tonight that she's taken a year off social media so that she could be with her children, and I'm like, wow. So she's just like this amazing person. So at the end of our Inez's kōrero, there were a few questions asked. One was, how do customers purchase services? So there's two streams: products, which is, a product, and a service, maybe counselling or maybe giving advice or counselling, or another different type of service. And so on Shopify, because Shopify is a predominantly product-driven business, for businesses. And so she just said, do it exactly the same way you would do a product. And um, I thought that was really cool. And then there was another question about determining her pricing. So she works backwards. How much do you want to make? And how many units do you need to sell in that to get that amount of money in that amount of time? And then she said just work backwards from that. Somebody asked her what her customer avatar is. Now, you know what a customer avatar is. We've already talked about that. And if you don't, go back to my previous video from before and have a look. So she said that her customer avatar, her initial customer avatar, was herself. So I thought that was incredibly insightful, actually. Yes. And then I have to go back and re-listen, but she also gave tips on how to work around drop shipping and the different times, because we know that when you drop ship something, it can take 4 weeks sometimes or 6 weeks. So how do we get around that? And I touched on this before. She was asked, how do you manage mindfulness and aligning your values to those of Shopify, and how does that work for you in the cultural tikanga sense? And what she said was, don't be afraid your whys. Don't be afraid to have your why as your everything. So give everything to your why. If it doesn't align with your why, then don't do it. Okay, so that's me for tonight. Inez White is her name. And like I said, she has many streams of income to help sustain her why and her whānau, but predominantly her why. So this is Mama D signing off for module, what am I up to? Ako session, so vlog 5, I think this is. So vlog 5. And remember, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Time to change it up, whānau.